Any volunteer light a candle? Any volunteer? Let's press this. We have 2 more candles. No volunteer. Just press this. Our last candle. Please sit down. So today, before we start our chanting, we have a simple small ceremony of blessing for birthdays. We would like to um, uh, use this opportunity whenever our friends are having their birthdays. We would like to take that opportunity to appreciate their friendship and their commitment to practice. So today we have 2 people who will be celebrating birthday in next coming few days. So I now invite our beloved long-time friend, David. please come over here. And today we have actually two birthday boys, and then we have also our beloved Aaron. Yeah, please come over and sit over there. So we have, arranged this nice plate of flowers, with the candle, and so that's, traditionally, we will like to light the candle, inviting light and wisdom, into your life. And put flowers around that candle because we want to honor the compassion of the Buddha, and with light we honor the wisdom of the Buddha. So by offering this candle and flowers, we want to wish you the growth of wisdom and also growth of compassion. Those are the two aspects of our spiritual life that we need to grow. So that's our wish, for you to grow in your wisdom and compassion. So David, you have been part of the Buddhist Center for many, more than a decade and a half, I think, together, practicing and helping and enriching our community, and your personal help to monks, and also your commitment to Buddhist Center is greatly appreciated. You know that every quarter you put a lot of your time to prepare our newsletter. That's only one simple thing that you are doing, but I just want to appreciate your commitment, your dedication, and moreover your genuine commitment to practice the Dharma, and whatever you do in your work, in your service. I know that you make a genuine effort to put the Dhamma into practice. So we really want to appreciate that, and appreciate your friendship, and your loving kindness to everyone in our community. So we really appreciate. We wish you to continue that spiritual path and achieve your spiritual goals. Aaron, you are a very great addition to our community, and we are so glad that you are with us, and you have been silent but very profound addition. We know that you think a lot about the topics that we discuss, and so I have a lot of hope that in future we will be able to do something together to help our community. And that I know that you are a great good writer and journalist, and you can help in many ways to help many people. So we appreciate your friendship, your commitment, your dedication to this practice. As a father and a family person, it's not easy to come to every evening to practice this, but we really appreciate your commitment, and we wish that may you be blessed with good health and spiritual growth in this year. So with that wish, we will give you this lighters, and we will chant for both of you, and I will indicate when to light the candle. Okay. So three of us will chant these blessing verses, wishing David and Aaron all the blessings of the great compassionate Buddha. And may you both receive these great blessings. May you be surrounded by these blessings, and may you both be blessed with good health, peace, and happiness. May David be well, be healthy, and may you be blessed with good health, healing in this year, and may you continue to grow in your spiritual path. And may Aaron receive these blessings, be blessed with good health, and peace and joy and harmony in your life. May both of you be well, happy, and peaceful. Bhavatu sabba mangalam, rakkantu sabba devata, sabba buddhanubhavene, sada sutti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalam, rakkantu sabba devata, sabba dhammanubhavene, sada sutti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalam, rakkantu sabba devata, sabba sanghanubhavene, sada sutti bhavantu te. stand up. Only for you to touch. So please touch this plate from the bottom and wish them happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dear Daddy.
Happy birthday. Good health.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, now first we can do our chanting before the meditation. Please turn to page 5 of our chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. The three refuges. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Next page. There are 5 precepts. Pānāti pātā vēramaṇī sikkhapadam samādhiyāmi. Adinādāna vēramaṇī sikkhapadam samādhiyāmi. Kāmesu miccācārā vēramaṇī sikkhapadam samādhiyāmi. Musāvādā vēramaṇī sikkhapadam samādhiyāmi. Surāmiraya majje pamādatthānā vēramaṇī sikkhapadam samādhiyāmi. On the opposite page, let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and mindfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha. Iti piso bhagavā arahant sammā sambuddho vidyācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sārati Sattā deva manusānam gundu bhagavāsi. Homage to the Dhamma. Swākkhāto bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akāliko pasiko openayiko panchattam veditabbo vinyuhiti. Homage to the Sangha. Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ujjupatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Nyāya patipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Sāmīci patipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Yadidang cattari purisa yugani අත්ථ පුරිස පුද්ගලා ඒස භගවතු සාවක සංඝෝ ආහුනීයෝ පාහුනීයෝ දක්ඛිනීයෝ අංජලි කරණීයෝ අනුත්තරං පුඤ්ඤක් කෙත්තං ලෝකස්සාති සාදු සාදු සාදු. Next page. Offerings. Offering of life. ගණසාරක් පදිත්තේන දීපේන තමදංසිනා තිලෝක දීපං සම්බුද්ධං පූජයාමි තමෝනුදං. Offering of incense. ගන්ධ සම්භාර යුත්තේන ධූපේනාහං සුගන්ධිනා පූජයේ පූජනීයං තං පූජා භාජන මුත්තවං. Offering of flowers. වන්න ගන්ධ ගුණෝපේතං ඒතං කුසුම සම්පතින් පූජයාමි මුනින්ද්‍රස්ස සිරිපාද සරෝරුහි පූජේමි බුද්ධං කුසුමේන නේන පුඤ්ඤේන මේතේන ලබාමි මොක්ඛං කුප්පං මිලායාති යතාහි ගම්මි කායෝ තථායාති විනාශ භාවං. Offering of water. අදිවාසේතු නොභන්තේ පානීයං පරිකප්පිතං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගං ආතු උත්තමේ. Offering of drinks. අදිවාසේතු නොබන්තේ ගිලාන පච්චයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගං හාතු උත්තමේ. Worship of shrines. වන්දාමි චේතියං සම්බං සම්බතානි සුපතිත්ථිතං සාරීරික ධාතු මහා බෝධින් බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදා. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being. Icche manjam namaste Namaste Mano Ratenam आनन्दम् विपुलम् अनन्तम् तंसानुभावेन हतन्ते रायो Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Arya. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Arya. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like the wheelchair in a moving car. One by one, little by little, moment by moment. Wise people should remove their impurities as a snake removes the growth from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Welcome everyone to our meditation session. It is so nice to have every one of you. So we will now make a genuine effort together to look into our own mind and then be kind to it and then gradually guide it to experience one of the wholesome states we can ever experience, loving kindness. And then also, we'll also take a moment to develop the sharpness of the mind, the ability to watch, and then discernment. So we will do it by developing our mindfulness on breathing. So let us be happy that today we have decided to dedicate this time to give our mind a chance to be healed, to give our body a chance to be healed. So just rejoice your decision to spend this time here and make a determination that I will engage in this meditation wholeheartedly. Let us use this space, this wholesome gathering, and this guidance, and we will gradually help ourselves to experience the wholesome, the calm state of the mind. So with that determination, let us listen to the sound of the bell and to the chant, Namo Buddhaya, and we will help ourselves further to settle into this moment and bring our whole attention to this moment, to this place, to this body. Keep coming back to this moment, to this place, to your body throughout the bell and the chant. feel your body. Let us be with our body. Just feel your legs, your feet, your lower legs, and feel where they touch. Acknowledge their presence and the sensations available in the legs. And feel the weight of the body against the cushion or chair. Just acknowledge those press muscles and just be aware of your posture. And feel your upper body, the whole area at the back, shoulder blades. Just acknowledging and developing more and more awareness of the body. Feel your hands, arms, elbows, and the palms and fingers, how they touch each other. And then simply bring the attention to the front part of the body, the whole belly area. And whatever sensation we feel in the belly, in the chest, acknowledge the sensation in that area. And then slowly move into face, acknowledging all the sensation throughout the face. Feeling eyeballs, nostrils, lips. With this awareness of the body, we will allow this body to relax. Just simply release all the tightness, tensions. We will let this body to be, with no holdings, allowing our belly to relax, allowing our hands and fingers simply to be there with no grip or tightness. With this relaxed body, let us now bring our whole attention to our mind. Let us take a moment to watch whatever the next few thoughts or memories that are occurring in the mind. Just simply notice what are the thoughts, memories, images that are appearing in the mind in next few moments. Let us simply keep watching those thoughts without developing them any further. We simply notice. Various thoughts keep coming up. We can watch them one after the other. But this is the ordinary nature of the mind. But right now, we will purposely generate a wholesome thought, a wholesome quality in our mind. This is a good opportunity for us to allow our loving kindness, the capacity that we all have to laugh, to be friendly, to be receptive, to have a willingness for everyone to be well. We will allow this capacity to manifest right now. We all are capable of this loving kindness, of this friendliness, universal friendliness, willingness for everyone to be well. Let us generate such a willingness, such a friendliness, such a wish of well-being right now. Let us open our heart. Let us open our heart just like when we see a little baby, when we see a smiling face of a little baby, or when we see a little creature, or even a puppy or kitten. How open is our heart? How we generate the readiness to care when we see such a little baby, a little creature. Let us open our heart just like that and allow this loving kindness to come to the surface of the mind. Give the space for this loving kindness to arise, generating that willingness, that friendliness to us all. We will cultivate this loving kindness. It's just like keeping a little flame alive. We will keep this loving kindness alive for a little longer, perhaps growing it brighter and brighter. We will direct this loving kindness to all people, all beings, and keep wishing well-being to everyone. The more we wish well-being, the stronger our loving kindness becomes. We will keep wishing everyone, including ourselves. We will start with this living being sitting here. Just like any other being, we ourselves deserve this loving kindness too. We will start wishing well-being to ourselves and feel your presence here. And look at yourself as one of the living beings, just like any other being. We are also one of the living beings, struggling through life, being skillful at times, being unskillful in other times. Just develop this compassion to this living being. We will make a genuine wish. May I be well, be strong, be healthy, Be peaceful. Wholeheartedly, genuinely make these wishes. Let us be kind to ourselves. Be generous to ourselves right now. Be well. Be strong. Be healthy. Be peaceful. Let's take a moment to direct this loving kindness to our body, to this body sitting here, the body that has been helping us to live this precious life. No matter how much burden that we give to this body absorbs everything and it still helps us to live this life. Taking all the burdens and toll that we are giving, this body is so kind to ourselves. With deep appreciation, we will direct this loving kindness to all these different parts of the body. May these lungs, even helping us right now to breathe, the whole respiratory system, be well, be healthy, be healed. May this heart, cardiac muscles, the whole cardiovascular system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this digestive system, all the organs in this whole digestive system, stomach, liver, pancreas, intestine, colon, the whole digestive system, be well, be healthy, be healed. May these kidneys, both kidneys that help us to release the toxins from the body, the whole genitourinary system, the whole pelvic region, be well, be healthy, be healed. May this nervous system, the spinal cord, the brain stem, the middle brain, the frontal lobe, the whole nervous system, be well, be healthy, Be healed. May this whole body allow this loving kindness travel throughout this body. May all these bones, may all these joints throughout the body, may our knees, shoulders, elbows, all the joints be well, be healthy, be healed. May this whole body be well, be healthy, be healed. We will now expand this wish beyond ourselves to everyone else, wholeheartedly wishing all others the same well-being. May all people who are connected to our life think about all the beloved people in your life and genuinely wish all of them. May they all be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond those people to everyone else. Let us take a moment to wish everyone sitting here with us right now. May all these friends sitting next to each other, let us wish for one another. May all these friends sitting here, including monks, be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond this space to this whole surrounding area, wishing all people in this whole surrounding area, whoever lives in this whole surrounding area, be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond this region to all other distant, faraway places, May all people living in all these different places bring to your mind a city, a place that you have visited that is far away, and genuinely wish may all people in that city, in that area, be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Expand this wish beyond and far and wide. May all people living in all cities, states, and countries, people living near and far, all people living in all different countries, people who are going through difficulties, financial difficulties, health issues. Let's take a moment to think about all of them. May all these people throughout the world be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond human beings to all other living beings. May all other living beings, all animals, from large ones to tiny ones, may all other forms of life, whatever living beings there may be, may all of them, without exception, be well, be well, be well, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. Experience the limitless love, the loving kindness that has no boundaries, expanding, pervading into every direction, embracing all life. Rejoice. this limitless love, boundless loving kindness. With this loving kindness, with this wholesome state of the mind, we will now gently bring our whole attention to our breath. And we will use our breath to deepen the peace, the calmness of the mind. In this peaceful, calm moment, we can feel the breath. We can feel the air moving through the nostrils. We can feel the air passing behind the throat. We can feel the filling sensation in our lungs. Try to catch all these sensations. When you are breathing out, we can feel the emptying of the lungs. We can feel the outgoing air touching the inner walls of our nostrils. Sometimes we can feel our out breath on the top of our lips, upper lips. Closely watch how this breath is happening right now. We will try to be with this breath. Whenever we have other thoughts or memories, we will keep coming back to our breath again and again. Breath is a nice place to rest. Breath is the most vital function in our life. It is the most important function that make our life possible. With deep respect, we will be with the breath. Rest with the breath. Dukkha pataca Nidukkha Bhayapattaca Nibbaya Sukhapattaca Nisukha Hontu sabbepi panino. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of your meditation. Gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have a peaceful meditation in our life. Feel grateful to all great teachers, enlightened masters in the past. Feel grateful to whoever helped your meditation tonight. Feel grateful whoever arranged this place for us to meditate and sit tonight. And feel grateful even to these non-living things which helped our meditation, including this chair, this cushion, this bell, and this device that help you to connect to meditation from home. With deep gratitude, let us say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, if you like, you can stretch a little bit, change your posture.
What did I do?
No,
Now you did it.
I think that's.
Now I did it.
You can go to the main switch. There's a.
Officially broke.
Distribute. Oh, before we start our discussion, any sharing of your practice? What did you experience, and or any questions? Okay, so we are discussing the Noble Eightfold Path during this rainy season, rainy retreat. So that will, so we have been discussing different, items in this whole path and try to understand this whole path. And today we are in a new section. So because if you see your chanting card, you can see, the whole eightfold path has been divided into three categories, three main parts. And today we are in a new part. So this is basically, the path that leads us towards the cessation of suffering, cessation of dukkha, which means, to experience true freedom and happiness. But this whole path requires a significant transformation of our personality. And this Noble Eightfold Path is the technique method that will transform, ourself to be a person who is completely free and free from any tensions and conflicts. But that's the becoming completely free of the any tension and conflicts is the ultimate goal. But we reach there slowly and gradually. So therefore, even though we may not experience the 100% of freedom and happiness, but in this whole practice, we are experiencing maybe 5%, 10% of the freedom, and then 10% of the cessation of suffering. So we start with the right understanding, which means deeply understand how suffering arises in our mind. We develop an understanding that it is a causal product. It's an experience that we get as a result of number of causes and conditions. Some are external, some are internal, and we are going to take care of the internal part, and that way we can change the whole experience. And so we understood the mechanism, the causal genesis of dukkha. That's the right understanding. And once we have that, that understanding, and then we set intentions to overcome this suffering, and therefore we set intentions to change ourselves, intentions of letting go, intentions of loving kindness, intention of compassion. And then based on that intentions, we then change our behavior, and we change our speech in a way that is not, is in aligning our speech in line, in accordance with our intentions that we set. And then we change, we align our behavior, moral behavior, and then we also align our work, our job in line with that. And so it's kind of aligning our behavior in line with our intention, our goal of overcoming suffering. And today is the real stuff. Means that the last three parts is actually the core of the practice. That's where the real transformation is happening. And right understanding, right intention, and then the behavioral adjustment are more like a preparatory status. And the real change in the mind happens when we move to the practice of the last three. So can anyone help us read the right effort part? Any volunteer to help us to read this?
I'll do it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
To constantly attempt to prevent unwholesome thoughts, greed, anger, and ignorance from arising, to notice and abandon unwholesome qualities that already have arisen, to cultivate wholesome thoughts, generosity, loving kindness, and wisdom that have not yet arisen, to strengthen the wholesome qualities that have already arisen.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Edel.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So when you hear the term effort, the idea comes to our mind is like an effort, more like a walk, like a physical thing, right? But this effort is actually completely purely mental. It's a kind of mental effort that we are doing inside of ourselves. It's more like constantly we are making certain efforts. Doesn't mean that we'll be successful all the time, but making attempts, making effort. That's an internal effort that we are putting all the time with regard to our mind. So what's really happening here is actually, we can let our mind simply to flow, like simply to flow as it flows without really having any control. And so for the vast majority of us, is simply let the mind to just take its own course. But as practitioners, we can actually start to observe that natural but habitual flow of the mind, and then exercise choice. Right effort is all about exercising choice, exercising the choice. What we mean by the choice is that at any moment, we may be, conditioned by what is happening around us, or the person that we are meeting with, or what's happened previously. We'll be conditioned by that, and based on that, we will have certain state of the mind. Could be disappointment, could be anger, could be fear, anxiety, or could be joy, happiness, whatever. Based on what happened, what is the other people are saying. So it's more like the whatever happening around us is like determining state of our mind. That is common. That's all what we are going through. But among all these things, we have the ability to exercise the choice, which means that we can observe those thoughts, whatever happening, and becoming aware of our thoughts, and then making a decision whether I want to continue this strains of thoughts, or whether I want to abandon it. And we don't usually use that choice most of the time, but we have that ability. In the beginning, it may sound like we have no choice. We are overwhelmed by this, the flow of the thoughts. We are overwhelmed by what is happening around us, and we feel like overwhelmed. We don't really see any choice. But through practice, we realize that actually there is a choice. Maybe in the beginning you notice a little bit of choice, but gradually we can develop this ability. So it's mainly like having a prior understanding that certain states of the mind are helpful, skillful, and certain kinds of thoughts and states of the mind are unskillful or unwholesome, so not helpful. So first you have that understanding, so that here you find that whatever thoughts related to greed, anger, and ignorance or confusion, these can be wholesome, unwholesome. But the others, related to loving kindness, empathy, compassion, wisdom, are wholesome. And so we can make a decision to like what kind of thoughts we want to entertain, and what kind of thoughts we want to abandon. And most of the time, we are in certain kinds of thoughts, right? Certain kind, we are kind of entertaining. Inside of us, there's always a inner chatter going on, and we don't really pay attention to that very much. But in this practice, what we're really doing, you're taking a moment to observe whatever chatter going on, and making a decision: which kind of thoughts I want to continue, which kinds of thoughts I want to abandon. So you can even call it like a meditation in your daily life. We tend to think that meditation is always something like sitting and doing this silent kind of exercise. Definitely that's a part of that, but we can bring that whole practice to our daily life too. So the right effort, this first item in the mental development section, is actually the kind of meditation that we are doing in daily basis, in every moment. Simply observing our thoughts and deciding whether we want to continue that or whether we want to abandon. And it's like a constant thing that we are doing. And what's really happening here, that if you continue to do that, we will weaken the unwholesome patterns of our thoughts, or we will feed wholesome patterns in our thought. So, and actually, there's a statement of the Buddha which says that whatever a person keeps perceiving with his thinking, pondering, that becomes the inclination of his mind. Bhante say, Yancha deva bahu anuvitaketi anuvicareti tata nati hoti chetas. Nati become the tendency, become the inclination. The more we think about, the more we ponder, the more we think about in a particular way, and eventually it becomes the tendency of the mind. So simple, random thoughts occurring in our mind can be quite, they are not really kind of insignificant. But if you simply let these thoughts continue to occur, and it can become kind of tendency. It's more like if you allow certain neural network to fire quite often, and they become a strong networks, and then going to like control you at the end. In the beginning, they're like simple thoughts, like entertaining certain kinds of thoughts, and maybe entertaining means that not like indulging, in certain kind of thoughts, maybe thinking bad about a person, thinking, maybe something negative happen in your life, and it's, and maybe it can be negative thing, can be positive thing too. So maybe indulging in these thoughts can create a kind of habit, kind of tendency in our mind. So therefore, this practice is actually the kind of like we definitely need mindfulness to do that, becoming aware of our own thoughts, and then just making a decision. Certain thoughts are not healthy, not helpful. Certain thoughts are helpful and healthy, and then making a decision, exercising the choice, but not easy because certain thoughts can be so powerful. Because sometimes we really have to deal with certain real issues in our life. We simply it's not only about thoughts. So then we really need to do something about it. We need to talk to people, and we need to make a decision. We need to take actions. But then the issue is here that how much we want to indulge in these thoughts. So there are 4 ways that the Buddha has said that sometimes you can replace them, right? You can purposely direct your attention to something wholesome. We can maybe find an environment to prevent those unwholesome thoughts happening. So prevention is one thing. You can, if you know that if you go to certain area, certain place, if you go to certain gathering, you tend to have this kind of unwholesome thoughts. So you can prevent those things from happening. Or if you already have them, you can observe them and do not feed them. And on the wholesome side, we can purposely generate wholesome thoughts. Like purposely generate. That's what we do in loving kindness meditation. And we can have certain habits, certain things that we do in our life, we purposely generate. And the kind of chanting card that you are chanting every morning, you have brought the chanting card. Can you show to our people? And if anyone needs this chanting card, we still have some copies. This is the chanting card that we gave at the beginning of the rain retreat, which is the last full moon of July, to read this every morning as a practice. So when you read it, you purposely generate wholesome thoughts, right? Yeah. You don't wait someone to decide your morning thoughts. You didn't wait, some text that you're getting to decide your mood of the day, mood of the day. You just read it with your coffee, right, Bhante? With your coffee, yeah. You read it and you kind of set the mood for the day. So that's the number 3, in your the four parts of the right effort. You purposely generate. And the 4th one is like whenever you happen to experience a wholesome thought, do not let it die soon. We have this interesting habit. Whenever we have a negative thoughts, some maybe disappointments or anger or fear, we dwell in that longer and longer and longer, right?
To make a tendency.
Yeah.
wholesome tendency, right? Bhante?
No, I mean, when we have a like negative thought,
Mhm.
automatically we dwell in that
Yeah.
longer and longer. But occasionally we have a positive thought. Is feel grateful to someone, maybe driving safely. Someone gave us a way. When we drive, we feel grateful. But those things quickly disappear. So the last one is actually maintaining, and we purposely try to keep those wholesome states a little longer. Those moments of gratitude, those moments of loving kindness, moments of empathy, moments of compassion. We try to purposely keep it, feed it a little bit. Think about it more, and don't let it die soon, and just keep it. And it's the same thing we do in loving kindness meditation too. We first generate it like a flame, and we want to keep it longer. We do many, 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 many wishes, the same wishes, repeating the wishes, and maintain it. It's like a garden, right, Bante? You always talk about garden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was talking because we have to feed and take care of them. And we
Yeah.
need to remove the
Actually,
weeds.
the simile, the four types of efforts is quite similar how we take care of a garden.
Yes.
Can you explain, Bante, what we had to remove, what we had to do?
We have to remove the weeds of the garden, and
Yeah.
we have to take care of the flowers and the important things which we want to grow in the
Yeah.
garden.
If you consider our mind as a garden, we have to make sure that we prevent weeds from growing. If we have the weeds, we will remove them, right? And then we plant the wholesome ones, and we feed it to grow.
The problem is something, Bhante. I asked our landscaping guy to put some what you call Roundup, right? To Roundup to spray some weeds over there. So anyway, he did, but he did it. But again and again they are coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're coming
So
again and again.
we have to put Roundup in our mind, but see, again and again they are coming.
So you have to continue to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to continue to watch that. Yeah, of course, sometimes we call certain plants weeds, it can be our own interpretation, but there are definitely certain, certain thoughts, certain state of the mind that are not really healthy.
That is
it
why
can
I
be
think that is the
unskillful.
nature. When we go to the nature, for the example that we talked, the nature is that weeds automatically, they no need any extra
Fertilizers.
Yeah, something like it's the same, right, Bhante?
Yeah, we don't need any effort to cultivate
yeah.
unwholesome thoughts, right? Yeah, they're happening.
Yeah.
If you really look into our mind, if you look into our thought, we can divide our thoughts into two. One, thoughts that occur to us. You understand the term occur, right? We don't make any effort. Thoughts that occur to us automatically. And there are other types of thoughts that we purposely generate. Two types of thoughts, right? Thoughts that occur to us, thoughts that we generate. So we also have the capacity to generate thoughts. So that's the choice. So why not we generate thoughts rather than waiting the thoughts to occur?
So one thing,
Yeah.
are realizations considered, which one are they?
Oh yeah, that's a good realizations, right?
Yeah.
Actually, that's not really a thought, but like like wisdom, we can call it, realizations. But those realizations give rise to wholesome thoughts, like appreciation, gratitude. So because realization is a discernment, it's on the discernment side, not on the emotional side, but they are connected.
So thoughts are more on the emotional side?
Yeah, mainly, like waves, yeah, emotion. But maybe thoughts actually generate emotions, definitely. Yeah, but thoughts can be like the realization is more like, we come to a kind of, more permanent state. Not like, of course, there can be glimpses of realizations. But this realization then can generate wholesome thoughts and then wholesome emotions too. But those are like moments, like that we experience once in a while. But at the same time, we need to remember, the Buddha has, warned us, when you put effort, like, the purpose, like training this mind, we need to have a balanced approach too. Balanced approach. Because Buddha has, because sometimes when we start this spiritual path, we can have like a too much of effort, like, putting a lot of effort. But, Buddha said that, you really need to have a balanced approach. And, there was a monk actually at the time of the Buddha who actually, put in so much of effort, exerting, instead of finding any, realization or peace, he has a lot of restlessness. And he was so disappointed. He was almost about like, leave the monkhood. And Buddha realized it and came to him and wanted to help him to understand that, yes, you need to put effort, but you don't put your ego into that effort and try to like, make things happen as you want. This whole, again, causal, process, you just have to let the, organically happen it. And then fortunately, that the monk was a musician before he became a monk. And Buddha was using a simile of the musical instrument. What's the term, Bhante, for veena? The string instrument. The string
Guitar?
Like
Yeah.
guitar.
Yeah, it's like guitar. Veena.
Sitar?
Yeah, like veena.
Sitar?
Like
Violin.
similar to violin. I know veena,
Venus,
Violin.
sitar.
violin, right? Wow.
Yours are.
Yeah, it's called veena, but whatever, it's a string instrument. String instrument.
Guitar.
Yeah, maybe guitar, that. So with us, when your string are too loose, can you play it well? He said, no, when it's too loose, you really cannot play. So it's just like you're slacking in energy. You don't make effort. They're lazy, and that's like your strings are too loose. And then when your string are too tight, can you get the pitch correctly? And he said, no, it's still not. It is that too tight. It's also not giving a proper one. And they say that you are like that now. You are putting too much of effort. Be being too kind of egoistic. Too, like want to change the way you want. It's not going to work either. So you have to have balanced approach. You can put effort, but wait for the things to happen. So, more like effortless effort, non-egoistic effort.
Effortly patient.
Yeah.
Effortly patient.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. The other one is actually this effort that we are doing shouldn't be a kind of burden that that we had to do. Because in Parliament they say that when you want to change, like abandon unwholesome thought or generate a wholesome thought, we say chandang janiti, viryang arabati, right? What we say, we generate desire,
Yeah.
the interest. So this whole effort that we are doing is something that we had to do with some interest and with some joy, not like another burden that we had to do it. This is like experimenting with our own mind. So we had to develop a kind of interest, like to learn how we don't feed an unwholesome thought, how it die. I want to see it. Any thought, any state of the mind will not continue unless we feed it with so many other, bringing other memories, bringing other things. We keep feeding it. If you don't give food, that mental state will not, stay long, because we keep feeding it. If someone said a wrong word to you, so of course you're already upset about that, and then you can feed it, bringing the memories of many years ago. He did this to me, and many years ago he brought the wrong thing to me. But you're very good in selecting your memories and going through the memories and bringing all stuff together and then feeding it, right? So that's what we call feeding it. And we need to have this joy in us, that interest in us to like experiment with this mind. It's this nature of the mind, the mechanism of the mind, and do it with kind of interest and joy. And then we will do it continually. So we have a question from our online friend. How can we mitigate ruminating on thoughts which occur to us? Ruminations. Thank you, Nick. Nice to see you. Nick, yes. Nice to see you, Nick. Thank you for the question. Ruminations. The feeding of the thoughts. Of course, not easy. Maybe our brain is wired to ruminate, to imagine. Usually we imagine the worst, because that's what helped us. That's what helped us, and that what helped our ancestors, to survive. When they are living with so many environmental challenges, if you imagine the worst, you have a better chance of surviving. And so we have that tendency with us. So therefore, we may ruminate a lot. That's very common. The how to mitigate that is actually, there are many few things we can do actually to mitigate our ruminations. One is to understand that any ruminations happens when we like feed it, like purposely bringing other memories, and so if we stop feeding it, like connecting many other things, sometimes not directly related, and that's one thing, like not feeding it. But the best way to like break that rumination or mitigate the rumination is to come to the body, like really be aware of the immediate experience. Rumination is always about what can happen, what happened. It's not about the immediate environment. So the best way to stop or maybe mitigate rumination is to use the breath to break the cycle of thoughts. Purposely take a long deep in breath. Just breath is the thing to like a savior for us, refuge. Take a long deep in breath and release it, and then purposely, what is in front of me? Oh, okay, table, a steering wheel, a flower, which is really here. So really become aware of the immediate environment and which is really here, and then like feel your body. Come to your body and how you feel if you're driving in your driving seat. So the best way to mitigate the rumination is to take a long deep in breath and then pay close attention to what is immediately in front of us. And
Be here.
be here and now, be here and now. And just take a moment to explore what is in front of us or what you feel in your body. And that way we can come from a virtual reality to the real, physical reality. That's the way to. Thank you, Nick, for the question. Okay, so are you ready to engage in right effort? Yeah, it's something that we can do every moment, every day we are doing. So it's a kind of gradual, constant practice that we had to do. It shows that it's a simple forms of meditation we can do, in our daily life. Just watching the thoughts and not feeding the negative ones. Thank you, everyone. Yes.
Can I forget?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We will move to the next part of the program. And it is time to share the merits with others. By coming here and doing this practice together, we have generated so much good merits, good karma in our heart. Now it is time to invite others to share these merits, this good karma. First of all, we will share these merits with our departed relatives, our family members, our ancestors who have helped us and cared for us so much. And let us be grateful to all our departed relatives. And let us genuinely wish them to share these merits and be benefited from these merits. May all of our departed relatives be well, happy, and peaceful wherever they may be. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Idam mi ñātinang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Let us also share this merits with all other living beings. If there's any being who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share our merits. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Ittavata ca amhihi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may never follow the unwise people. May associate with good people until attaining Nirvana. Purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determined to be heedful. We will now do our blessing chant. We are going to chant the Loving Kindness Sutra given by the Buddha with great compassion for all sentient beings. We are chanting the same sutra for you now, wishing you all good health, peace and happiness, and strength and courage to overcome difficulties in your life. Today especially we want to extend these blessings to our David, wishing him very healthy and happy birthday, and also to our Aaron, wishing him also a very happy and healthy birthday, wishing both of them continuous growth in their lives. You may also recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with, your family members, people who are sick. You can recall them to your mind and share these blessings with them too. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
නමෝ තස් භගවතු අරහතු සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස් භගවතු අරහතු සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස කරණීය මත්ත කුසලේන යන්තං සන්තං පදං අபிසමිච්ච සක්ඛෝ සෝජෝච සෝචෝ චස්ස මුදු අනතිමානි සන්තෝසකෝච සුභරෝච අප්පකිච්චෝච සල්ලහුක වුන්ති සංත්‍රින්ද්‍රයෝ च निपकोच अपगम्बो कुलेषु अननुगिन्दु न च कुन्दं समाचरे किञ्चियेन विज्ञो परे उपवदेयं सुखिनो वाकेमिनो हन्तु සබ්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තා ඒකේචිපාන භූතන්ති තසාවාතාවරා අනවසේසාදිගාවායේ මහන්තාවා මජ්ජිමා රස්සකානුකතුලා දෙට්ටාවා ඒව අද්දෙට්ටායේ ච දුරේ වසන්ති අවිදුරේ භූතාවා සම්භවේසීවා සබ්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තාන පරෝ පරං නිකුම්බේත නාති මඤ්ඤේත කන්ත චිනං කංචේ ව්‍යාරෝසනා පටිග සංඥානාඤ්ඤ මඤ්ඤස්ස දුක්ඛමිච්ඡය මාතා යථානියං පුත්තං ආයුසා ඒක පුත්ත මනුරක්ඛේ වම්පි සම්බ භූතේසු මාන සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණං මෙත්තං ච සම්බ ලෝකස්මින් මාන සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණං උද්දං අදෝච තිරියං ච අසංවාදං අවේරං අසපන්තං දෙට්ඨං චරං නිසින්නෝ වාසයානෝ වායාව තස්ස විගත විද්දු ඒතං සතින් අදිට්ඨේය බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං ඉදමාහෝ දෙට්ඨින් ච අනුපගම්ම සීලවා දස්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනේයගේ ධම්නහි ජාතු ගබ්බසෙයං පුනරේති තේන සච්ච වංජේන සොන්ති තේ හෝතු සම්බදා ඒතේන සච්ච වංජේන සම්බරෝගෝ විනස්සතු ඒතේන සච්ච වංජේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං සබ්බේතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තු සම්බරෝගෝ විනස්සතු මාතේ භවන්තන්තරායෝ සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ සංඝානුභාවේන sada soti bhavantu te. Let us spend a moment of reflection. Try to recall to your mind whatever kind deed that you were able to do during last few days. Think about an actual incident that you were able to be kind to someone, helping someone, giving something to someone, even patiently listening to someone. Let us rejoice this opportunity to be kind. On this day or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Let us now recall to our mind whatever kindness we receive from others. During your past few days, you should have received some kindness, some help from others, or you heard about a good deed of others. Recall an actual incident. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. It is so nice to have you all. And thank you everyone who joined us over YouTube.
And also the comments, and
And thank
our
you
friend
also.
Kobe is also there.
Yeah. Thank you for your comments and thank you for your questions too. Yeah. Thank you everyone. I look forward to see you again next week too. And so we are having our annual meditation retreat in September 24th, 25th, and 26th, right? That weekend. Friday evening, Saturday whole day, and Sunday until 5 p.m. So it's a non-residential retreat. You can go back home in the night and come back the next morning. So we have invited a very senior meditation master to conduct the meditation retreat, Bante Rahul. So he'll be here on that weekend. So if you are willing to come and please sign up, because we cannot have many people in this hall. So we have limited it to 40 participants. So please, if you are planning, please sign up. That will also help us to prepare food and refreshments. Those things will be given to you. Okay. And thank you very much. And please come for the blessing strings. If you like to have blessing strings, please come to have blessing strings. And because we have two